campers. We are in Elk Mountain, Wyoming. Take a look at that lenticular cloud over the over Elk Mountain off to our left. That is awesome. That is so cool. So that's a that cloud. It's lenticular, means lens. It's a lens-shaped cloud that forms from. There's a layer of air being blown over the mountain, and that layer of air may not be forming a cloud, but the layer above it has enough moisture to form a cloud. So when the air at the bottom gets bumped up by the mountain, it bumps up the air above it, and then you've got that one little layer where you get a cloud that forms. And it's in the same shape as the mountain underneath it because it's being pushed up. It's like, you know, water flowing over a rock in a stream. That's so cool. I love that. I love that so much. It's one of those little things that I love pointing out that really reinforces the fact that our atmosphere is a fluid consisting of multiple layers. It's very much a three-dimensional thing above our heads. And that's kind of a neat one. Of course, the top of the mountain is just shrouded in clouds. Not now, buddy. Not now, Apophis. That was fair. That was entirely fair. We were definitely over the line, but it's windy enough that, you know, just gonna turn that off. We're not tired today. That's supposed to be like a, hey, you're clearly getting tired because this buzzer's going off a bunch because you're drifting out of the road. That's what that buzzer's for. But at the moment, it's just very windy. Very, very windy indeed. We were doing 55 through Arlington, Wyoming just a few minutes ago. That was, we were getting some pretty nasty, like 40, 45 mile an hour crosswinds there. We've got 30,000 pounds in the box, so we're all right. But, you know, still makes you nervous. Makes me nervous, at least. A 55 mile an hour gust from the right angle can knock over a fully loaded truck, and we are not fully loaded. So, I didn't want to risk it. Slowing down in heavy wind really actually helps because it removes some of the momentum from the equation. The more forward speed you have, the easier it is for the wind to knock you over because there's more momentum in the equation. With the wind does not need to be able to itself shove you over. It just needs to redirect enough of your momentum that your own momentum knocks you over, which is a thing that not a lot of people realize. So if you're doing 80 mile an hour and you get hit by a wind gust that just redirects just enough of your momentum in a lateral angle, you're going over because you've got a lot of momentum going that way and your tires are no longer on the ground. But if you're going nice and slow, the wind doesn't have that much momentum to deflect. It's like it's harder for the wind to knock you over if you're sitting completely still than if you're driving, because there's no momentum there for the wind to deflect. It has to be the wind itself that does it. And then you need, like, you know, 80, 90, 100 mile an hour winds to knock over a truck. You basically need tornadoes. Hi, car, you got close. Over the line he is. I'm over the line too, so that's fair. But I'm over a line that does not have other vehicles on the other side of it, so. We got a windy and blowing snowy day ahead of us. I don't think we're gonna hit any like snowfall. I think that system has moved east, but there's a lot of wind still left behind this that we're gonna be dealing with today. I'm hoping to get us into southern Idaho by the end of the shift, maybe all the way back to the Garden of Eden. Ooh, we are getting some really impressive gusts here. I can feel the wind coming through my door. And this is a pretty new truck, so that's an impressive wind if I can feel it in the seat. Just 22 degrees outside, by the way. Woo. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? It's something. Yeah, no, it's fun. I like it. So we stopped last night in Laramie, Wyoming. which was good because they wound up closing part of I-80 near Evanston was closed pretty much all night. US 30 is currently snow covered, so we're probably not going that way. We'll stop and check it one last time. Probably at Little America. We might stop and check it. That actually sounds like a great first place to take a break today. Little America, always awesome. Whew. Just like blew a bunch of salt onto my windshield. I do not want salt on my windshield. I want it on the road and on my french fries. Not the same salt though, different salts. Road salt, not good for fries. We'll probably stop off at Little America, check on US 30, see if 30 is still snow covered. If it's not, we'll go that way. If it is, we'll stay on I-80 to I-84. Deal with the traffic around Ogden and Salt Lake. No big deal. We'll be fueling up here in Wyoming before we get to the split. And our next fuel stop after that's not till after our first delivery on this load in Portland. So we will have that problem sorted, at least. So we don't have to go either direction just to hit a particular fuel stop, at least. Still, probably going to be forced to pick one or the other just because of the weather. Listen to that wind hitting our windshield. It's kind of a headwind right now, so that's not too bad. So loud. I passed there was an RV that got rolled by the wind last night. That was a few miles back before I started recording. That's the thing that people don't think about a lot when they're driving out here, is when the road gets shut down to light and high profile vehicles. That includes RVs, because RVs are very lightweight because they're mostly hollow. There's not a lot of mass to an RV. So when the wind shuts down the highway for light, high-profile vehicles, y'all need to listen to that. Like, you're practically an empty truck. For all intents and purposes, you should not be driving out in this kind of wind when the road is shut down for it. Because it wasn't a full shutdown, so it's like, you know, it's driver discretion whether they think they're heavy enough to go. And if you're not, you get some pretty gnarly fines. So, you know, if the road gets shut down to lightweight, high-profile vehicles, think very carefully before you go out and drive in it. Because if you get rolled over, it's your fault. Slick road, blowing snow, wind over 40 mile an hour. It's the worst poem ever. The worst poem. Also, there's not really that much blowing snow out here. It's just a couple of spots where it's just kind of drifting across the road in small air streams. No worries, no worries. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. My name is ElioDare, AzerAngel17 on Twitch, ElioDare on Twitter and everywhere else. Come say hi. You can find me on Twitter mainly. That's where I check all the time. So that's the best place to say hello. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you aren't already, because that's super cool and it really helps my channel out. It makes me show up more in ratings and stuff. And that would be cool if you did that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.